Greetings to all the beautiful supreme divine spirits out there. It's your girl Princess Makeda. Why you already know the vibes, okay? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, link is in the bio. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram at princess underscore Makeda underscore wire. Alright, let's get into it. So in today's video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about where I've been. It's been like over a year since I've uploaded on my YouTube channel. This video is specifically for my YouTube channel, by the way. So you're probably going to be seeing this on YouTube more than likely, but you may also see it on Instagram, TikTok, yeah. However, like I said, I haven't posted on YouTube in like over a year, literally. So I just wanted to make this update a bit about where I've been. I've been very inconsistent when it comes to posting on Instagram as well too. I have been posting like YouTube shorts and like little clips and stuff like that, but I've been really absent on here in terms of like me sharing my true expression, like me expressing myself on a multi-dimensional level, me expressing more my spirituality, diving more into wisdom, knowledge, everything like that. So we're gonna dive into a little bit of what I've been up to in life, where I am, where I've been, what's been happening, what's been going on. I'm gonna do my best to keep this short and brief. And I can always expand upon this topic more, so in later videos, of course. But yeah, let's get into it. So honestly, you guys, I went through a very, very traumatic time in Mexico with an individual you guys may know as Isis Wisdom. I'm going to be doing a separate story time on her in general, like my experience with her and everything like that. So stay tuned for that. That will be coming soon. But long story short, I went through a very traumatic time in Mexico. Around this individual was also just very unhealthy, very spiritually draining, and just a lot more. I was very much in survival mode, like literally to a point where I was struggling to survive, right? Bruh. But I made it happen. So after living in survival mode for like literally almost 2 years, I got back to the States. I got back home in Pittsburgh. And I've been just spending time with myself, getting to know myself, working on myself, also working on my relationship with my partner. We've been having, our own healing experiences and our own challenging things that we've been having to work through together. But yeah, that's been its own challenge. And by the way, for those of you that may not know, everything that I went through in Mexico, my boyfriend was present for. We went through it together. So yeah, it was a lot on the both of us. Like I said, we'll be sharing more about our story soon, so stay tuned. So when this happened between 2023 and the ending of 2024, I got back home in October 2024, and ever since then I took 2025, I took 2025, the entire year, to just reset. I ended up moving into a new household, finally getting my own space, my own room, my own sanctuary, which means the world to me because this is the first time I've had a room in like over 20 years. I'm about to be 21 in like 2 weeks, a week from now, and honestly this is the first time I've ever had my own room. So I moved in last summer. And yeah, I actually entered a mentorship called Heaven on Earth, a beautiful program. Oh my God. I love that program. When I tell you that program helped to change and transform my life, nigga, game changer. Like honestly. Yeah. So that was amazing. I moved into my new space. Heaven on Earth really helped me to just blossom and bloom into the person that I wanted to become. And of course, now I have new goals, new visions, and new things to accomplish. But I've learned lifelong healing tools in that program that I can take throughout my journey for the rest of my life, like literally. So I'm very grateful for that. So I did a 6-month mentorship program with all women, all goddesses, divine feminine energy, where we expanded more on energy work, energetic tools, and everything like that. I also will be making a separate video about my experience with Heaven on Earth, so stay tuned for that. I just took the whole 2025 to like move into my space at a point in time, kind of get it where I wanted it to be. It's still in the making, still in the decorating process, but it feels like home, and that's what matters the most. I've been taking time to just rest, rejuvenate. I stopped showing up. I stopped doing readings and stuff. I've had a few clients here and there in 2025, and so far maybe like about let's say a maximum of like 5 to 6 clients between 2025 and now. Or maybe a little bit more, maybe like let's say let's say 7, right? However, no more than 10. I don't even think we even had 10 clients. And that's just because I took a break from just everything, like social media. I took a break from recording, doing much lives. I took a break from doing readings and everything, because readings and services is how I survived in Mexico, and I needed a break from survival. Like, I needed a break from all that. I just needed to pour into myself. So yeah, within that time, I spent some time with my partner. We also got to spend time outside of a separate household, which has been very beneficial for me as well too, because it's giving me a chance to get to know my energy outside of him, outside of my relationship. Yeah, so that's been beautiful. My boyfriend is Esoteric Truths on Instagram, Noah, aka my baby. Love him. So there's that. And I've been taking the time to just reconnect with myself, as in like reconnect with my art, reconnecting with my craft. I've been getting a few orders, like crocheting orders. In fact, let me show you guys a project that I've been working on. So this is actually a bathing suit. you know I've made so many projects so far, I would say. So yeah, I've been working on that, my craft. Like I said, I have a few crochet orders that I'm doing, getting that out the way. I've been working on making jewelry and stuff like that too. I've even drew a little bit. Let me see if I can pull that up for y'all. So as you guys know, I'm very spiritual. And I see key codes, right? I'll talk to you guys about that another time, because there's a whole story time behind how did my drawing experience started, when I started creating key codes and stuff like that. But this is just a little bit of the language that I write in. So yeah, I started this around late last year. So these are just some different stuff that I started drawing. I had 2 notebooks. My first notebook, I lost it in Mexico. Absolutely devastating. Like, y'all, I was crying. I need to finish this, but it's something I started. I love this project. This is one of my most recent completed projects. Very, very beautiful. Ooh, okay. Was not expecting that to happen, but yeah, I love that. Love this project so much. You guys can follow my Lyco page at Akishima Pokimoto. I'll be posting these, and then you can see some of my other work. But yeah, so this is just a little bit of like my Lyco drawings and the things that I create. I haven't tapped into it for almost about 5 months, honestly. So I just recently, like last year, the ending of last year, I recently started drawing more again, which was very challenging for me, because after losing my first notebook, it took me a little minute to start drawing again. And when I did, it was a very beautiful process. And then for some reason, my other notebook disappeared, so it took me a while to start drawing again in a new notebook, because I like to keep everything together. So I was hoping to find it, but it has not shown up yet, but it is what it is. Good thing is I have a lot of pictures and videos of things that I did draw. Some of them I don't have pictures of, which is very sad, because when it comes to creating, I can never make the same thing twice. Everything is one of a kind and very unique. But I'm coping. I'm making peace with it. At the end of the day, it is where it's supposed to be. Maybe those key codes are needed wherever they are to help bring healing and restoration to our planet, right? And at the end of the day, I am the creator. I am the source. So it all exists within me anyway, And that's something I do remember. That's something I do know. So that brings me peace. But yeah, so I recently just started drawing more again. Like I said a couple months ago, I'm about to actually start getting back into my drawing and creating. So y'all is going to see new projects from me soon. So yeah, like I've been taking this time to just really dive deeper into my craft, maintaining my room, maintaining my space, my sanctuary, things like that. Now I've been wanting to work on this stuff more, but I now have 2 jobs. I recently got 2 jobs a couple months ago. Like I started one job in December, I started one job in January. I feel like I might end up switching over just to one job, or like switching over, because my availability is crazy. Like there's days where I don't get a day off. But now it's getting warm. I'm switching up my availability so that I can have more days off to myself. And it's getting warm. I want to spend time in nature, make more naturistic content and stuff like that. Just basking more in my divine feminine energy. I want to do more dancing videos, more soft, soothing videos, more divine, like intimate healing videos, so that you guys can see more firsthand my healing journey and how I operate on a regular basis, like my routine and stuff like that. those are things that I want to dive deeper into and just show you guys more. So I'm looking into just like making my page more intimate, you know, like bringing you guys more close up into my life, into my practices and things like that. So all that's coming soon. These are things I've been wanting to do for months. Like when I tell you guys I have so much overflowing within me, bruh. So now it's getting warm. I finally feel like we're stepping into the space where I'm able to dive into this energy. And also, you know, my birthday is coming up in a week, so I'll be 21. And I feel like that's the birth of me stepping into a new era. So that may just be the initiation that I need, that my energy is yearning for, to really dive deeper into these aspects of myself. And the beautiful part is I've already been building the foundation, you know. So yeah, it's all coming together. So there's that. Those are things I've been working on. But because I've been working so much, I have not been able to spend much time um diving deeper into like my craft and stuff like that. So yeah, because I've been working so much, I've been behind on orders and stuff like that. So I'm just working on balancing everything out, but I am making it a priority to prioritize my art, to prioritize my craft, and just prioritizing my healing journey and just my life, you know, my true expression. I recently been starting to tap back into my magic. When I tell you, like about 5 months ago, 4 months ago, I started tapping back into a lot of things that I want to dive deeper into. It's very interesting because it's like that was really a big initiation for me, you know. Yeah, it's like, and I know because we're moving into the year of the one. And so this year, it's like when I ended out last year, I ended it with just closing on old cycles and stepping into the things that I want to start to do, like my magic and stuff like that. So I'm creating, like, you know, my potions, my sprays, my herbal waters. I'm starting to make more of my oils now because, as you guys know, I'm working on my website. So that's another thing I've been working on. It's in the making, my website where I will offer all my spiritual services, my spiritual products, my arts, my craft, things like that. So there's going to be so much expressed there on my website. My website is going to be the place where you can experience all of my art, all of my creativity, all of my talent. You know, it's like that safe space where I can just showcase my entire like expression, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, so this is a prosperity oil that I made. It is very beautiful. Oh, it smells amazing. So this is specifically tailored to helping to manifest prosperous abundance, right? Last February of 2025, I also made a celestial healing oil. I should grab a bottle of that to show you guys as well too. Actually, yeah, let me do that. 1 second. Okay, so yes, this is my celestial healing oil. It's very beautiful, very pretty. This is tailored to assisting you with just expanding your spiritual gifts and abilities, bringing you closer to your own healing journey. It's also really good for like soothing minor pains. Like I use it whenever I have migraines or headaches or like temple pains and stuff like that. It's really amazing for that. It also helps to like soothe and soften, stimulate your chakra points. You know, I love to use it on my heart chakra because it really just helps you to dive more into your heart space, right? Bring you into a more heart space centered, more of a heart centered space, I should say. Yeah, so this has a lot of beautiful benefits. I'm not going to get into everything, but you can use any of my spiritual oils on your body, on your face and stuff. It does help to promote very, very luscious glowing skin. Like I love to use celestial healing oil on my skin. It's just really amazing. It gives a really amazing glow, and everybody that uses it, they have very, very much amazing results with it. You know, just going to give you guys a little preview of what that does for your skin. Sorry, my gems are moving around. Oh, okay. Anyways, let me rub this in. Okay, there we go. I don't know if y'all can see the difference in my skin, but I do. I can definitely see it. And you can feel the energy. Like, you can feel the shift and changes in your skin and on your face. Like, I could already feel, like, the stimulation happening in my first eye. Like, I can feel the energy, like, you know. So you can feel the activation actively happening. And that's one thing I love about all my spiritual products, especially, like, my oils and my potions. Using them, you would directly start to feel results, like sensations, things like the activation is almost instant, especially when I used to make like my chakra potions and stuff. I'm actually about to switch my potions into oils, because they're just more effective. They last longer, they preserve longer, and I'll probably will still do potions and stuff. But I'm gonna do like spiritual waters where you have to heat them refrigerated, and the potions you can use them like on physical items, you know, like on like coating your candles and things like that. But I'm not gonna dive too much into all that right now. However, yeah, so I've been in the lab, you know, I have been creating some spiritual products. My celestial healing oil, my celestial prosperity oil. I have more celestial oils coming. My celestial Venusian oil, tailored to love and peace. I also make spiritual bath salts. I'm about to start making sugar scrubs, salt scrubs, and aura sprays, and just so much more. Like, I have so much coming, so stay tuned for the website. Honestly, follow me on Instagram to just keep yourself updated with all the things that I put out there, you know. So my social media is going to be that expression place, meaning social media is where I express myself. So that's where I put everything out there, if that makes sense. Yeah. So there's that. Let me see. That's what I've been up to, you know. And I've been treating myself, cherishing myself, you know. I'm planning to, you know, do some traveling this year. I just have so much in store. I also have a lot of spiritual topics I want to talk about, so stay tuned because I have a lot of live videos coming through about different spiritual topics that I've been wanting to talk about for years. You know, I'm just finally approaching a space in my life where I'm ready to start speaking out. I'm ready to start expressing myself more. You know, I just really needed a break, y'all. Like, when I tell you I needed a break, I had really just like disassociated with everything. I've disassociated with so much out here because I just needed time to just get to know myself again outside of survival mode. I just needed time to just dive more into my femininity, you know. I've always been so active that I didn't really take time to just like, I didn't really know who I was anymore outside of being around other people, and I just wasn't as in tune with my own energy because of everything that I was going through, you know. And I'm excited to share more about that experience as well too, because there's so much I want to share with y'all. I mean, like, I have story times on what went down in Mexico. I have story times on the time I was abducted by extraterrestrial beings. I have story times about the time where a time where the time where I started really activating, and where I started to see the things that I draw. Like, I would have visions and stuff of the things that I would draw. Multi-dimensional communication. Really getting more in tune with other aspects of myself that exist on different multidimensional planes, learning more about my drawings. I mean, like, this happened all in 2022. 2022 was such a prime year for me, y'all. When I tell you, your girl was like in her peak prime when it comes to like this spiritual consciousness shit. And the thing is, I wasn't even tapping into 1% of what there is to discover about ourselves. It's just that I was activating, you know, and like higher dimensional energies started flowing throughout my body, like flowing inside of me. So much information was just unfolding, you know. I was just expressing so much, and it's time for me to start picking back up where I left off with all that. Like, I'm about to start going back to my old highlights, sharing more wisdom and knowledge about certain things, continuing breaking things down. Yeah, I have, those are like some story times I wanted to tell y'all about. What else? Because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk to y'all about. Like, I have so many story times of things that happened and things that are going on with me. Man. Yeah, so those are just a few. I'll just leave that there for now. Those are a few story times I want to share. On top of all the story times, I also want to share more about, just like I said, more spiritual topics and stuff that I wanted to speak on. I'm going to be talking about alchemy and magic. I also going to be talking about racism and the spiritual aspect of the race war. Can't wait to dive into that. I want to talk about the energy harvesting that goes on certain holidays and break that down, the symbolism of all that. I want to talk about that too. Yeah, and there's just so much more. Like, when I say I have so many topics I want to speak on, so many topics. I want to talk about the difference between the soul and the spirit. What's the difference? I want to talk about the different levels of consciousness. I want to talk about the chakra points, the key points. I want to talk about color magic and how magic is being done on us worldwide, and we don't even realize the shit. I also want to talk about decoding, the essence of coding, things like that. And yeah, as y'all know, I do readings and stuff too, so I'm going to start doing more readings and stuff again on live. So there's a lot in store that I have for y'all. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I want to put out there. I know that the world needs this information. I know that expressing myself is so important because the divine uses me as a pillar, uses me as a beacon of light. And so whenever I'm expressing my experiences and the things that I go through and just my point of view, it really assists others, you know what I'm saying? It really helps others to grow and expand on their own journeys, you know? And this is why I realized that it's so important for you to share your own experiences, because you never know who may be going through the same thing or something similar that may just need to hear your side of it, hear your story, hear your experience, and how much that can change and elevate their own life, how much that can help them move throughout their own experience, you know? So I realized that I don't just, and this goes for everyone, like we don't just go through the things that we go through to keep to ourselves. We go through these things so that we can express them, because that's a part of our story and who we are, but we are connected to everything and everyone around us, you know what I'm saying? Which means that people are naturally going to be benefiting and receiving just from your expression, vice versa. You are adding value just by expressing yourself, you know? At the end of the day, when you're speaking, you're putting out keys and codes. And when people are receiving that, you know what I'm saying, it's helping to unlock and open up things and spark things within them, which is doing the same for the collective, you know? So it's important to share your points of views. Let's have positive conversations. Let's have conscious conversations. Let's explore and expand more on who we are, you know? Let's dive more into all of that. And that's my dream. This is what I love to do, you know? I started my social media platforms and I started to express more on my social media platforms because it was my safe space. I don't really have people directly in my family that I can reach out to talk about the things that I talk about with y'all on a regular. You know, I can't go talking to these people about extraterrestrial beings and color magic. These niggas gonna be looking at me crazy. They can't sit down and have a conversation with me about stuff like that. And the people that are, there's always a surface level. You know, I can't go beyond the surface level with these people. There's a barrier, you know. It's like you can talk to people about this and they'll be interested and they'll be open to listening, but actually finding people that can build with you on it, that can add on, you know what I'm saying, it's very rare to find. And I was able to find more of that here on social media. And that was very exciting. And also just sharing my perspective on social media, because I had a lot unfolding within me. I needed to let this shit out. And if there's nobody around me that I can really just, you know, express this to, and I don't just want to express it just to express it. Again, I want to build with you on it. Let's decode this shit. Let's go beyond the surface level. Let's decipher this, you know? And that's so hard to find. So, yeah, when I started to just share and express myself here on social media, that's when I was able to like build more connections with people, and build more connection just on the knowledge and wisdom, you know? Even if it was just one or two conversations and one or two lives, it helped me to grasp and dive deeper into who I am, and to receive more and to understand more of the uploads that were coming through, because we're all pieces of the puzzle, you know? It's like I'm speaking, I'm activating things within them, and as they're talking, they're activating things within me. It's just like, yeah, that's how we express ourselves. And I noticed that I teach myself through talking, through expressing myself. Just me getting on here and talking about uploads and just spirituality, like crystals and stuff like that. I teach myself a lot through talking. Sometimes I'm saying things to you guys that I didn't even know that I know, like, you know, but I know that I know it though, you know. I didn't remember that I knew it, because it's a part of who I am. It is embedded in me. It's in my DNA, and that's just expressing itself, you know. And I may not, my mind, our minds are so fragile. Our minds are not even expansive enough to grasp everything that's unfolding within our DNA. It just comes to us in pieces, you know, because it's so much. It's so expansive. It's a never-ending stream. But every time we share that with others, we are sparking that awakening within them, and we are actually opening up our field to receive more as well too, and to learn more and to understand more. But long story short, when I started to share my perspective more on social media, you know, and I started to realize how much people are benefiting and growing from listening, and how much it was helping others, it sparked a different type of passion in me, you know. So yeah, like I really have a deep love for all of this stuff, like all of this, my art, my talent, my magic, my craft. It's a big part of who I am, you know. And so I'm very excited to start diving deeper and expressing all of that with you guys. Just be patient with me, because like I said, I've been very busy. I work 2 jobs now, and my availability is all over the place. Right now, I'm just working on making this a priority to show up, you know? So, yeah, I plan on sharing so much with you guys. I plan on tapping in so much, you know? I plan on just doing so much more. Like, stay tuned for more readings. I plan on doing more monthly readings and updates with you guys, more live topics, and yeah, a website will be coming soon where you guys can start supporting me and stuff. But if you do want to book a service or purchase any of these products, just send me a DM and I can still get those mailed out and shipped out to you. Right now, I'm just rebranding my business, so I'm getting ready to launch my website and just step into a new level of professionalism when it comes to everything. But yeah, I think this video pretty much covers where I'm at, you know. Oh, I'm actually raw fasting right now. I'm on, I think, day 22 of raw fasting. So that's exciting. I've been feeling really good. I've been feeling really amazing about that. So raw fasting is a part of my lifestyle now. I'm going to be including more high raw plant-based foods into my food. I also do have a cooking channel with my hubby called Cosmic Flavors. So you might want to look that up on Instagram to follow us there. I do plan on starting a YouTube and a TikTok for us as well too. So there's that. Cooking is also a big part of my art and craft and something I plan on sharing more with you guys. We're also planning to make more couples content and things like that. So there's a lot that we have in the making, there's a lot. So stay tuned, you guys. Make sure you guys are following me on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Link is in the bio for YouTube, on Instagram and TikTok, and that's Princess Makeda for YouTube. And then on TikTok and Instagram is Princess_Makeda_Wire. So make sure you guys follow and, stay updated with my life and all my beautiful expressions. I'm just so excited to start pouring back into the collective and sharing so much wisdom and knowledge with you guys. There's just so much talent here. There's so much beautiful energy here that I cannot wait to share and express with the world. So tap in, And yeah, y'all stay being great. Y'all stay being amazing. I just wanted to take the time out to record this video for you guys, just to give you guys more of an update on what's been going on in my life. Just so you guys know, like, I did not run away. I'm still here. I've just been working on myself, right now I've been really just taking the time out to get to know myself more outside of everybody else's energy, and that has been very, very transformative for me. And I'm still on that journey, but I just plan on zooming in more, being more intimate with it, so you guys can see more up close and personal what this is all about. Yeah, so there it is. Well, much love to you guys. Comment down below. Let me know how you feeling. Let me know if there's any topics that you guys want me to talk about or speak on. DM me if you have any questions. You can also comment them down below too. Like I said, I'm doing my best to be more interactive with you guys. So stay tuned. More lengthy, long videos coming soon. And let me know how y'all like the longer videos as well. But yeah, keep being great. Keep being amazing.